guys, welcome to a taste of Lavina Poetic Empress. How you guys doing today? I am super fabulous. I feel good. It's beautiful outside. I'm not even going to talk about the temperature because for me, it's that time of the year. It's autumn going into winter. I love this time of the year. So it's on and popping. This is a great time of year to really start unpacking, to heal, and to just enjoy the process because come spring, honey, you on bloom. In any case, I have a guest today, Ivan Robinson Jr. of, oh wait, I gotta, when he comes on, um, build your future kids. He has a talk show. He's a great host also because I've gone on his show. He invited me on his show as a guest, and I'm gonna tell you, I had so much fun. In any case, you know how I like to get this party started with Deepest Thoughts by Lavina, Expressions by Lavina, Emotional by Lavina, and My Dirty Little Secret. And all four books are available on Amazon, or you can purchase them from me. Now, also check out my website, A Taste of LavinaPoeticEmpress.com. A Taste of LavinaPoeticEmpress.shop. Yes. So let me send uh, a, an invite to let my guests know that I am live. And forgive me, guys, because I was supposed to be. Seems like that's why I haven't been booking a lot of shows because my time is just taken. So this is actually like pretty much a pop up shop. I mean, excuse me, a pop up show because I posted a post last week saying that I was going to, do a pop-up show. But today is the day that I'm actually available to do the show. So let me see if my guest is coming on or not. So we'll give him a minute. So hold on, guys, because I got to get out my readers to see what is going on. So we can get this party really started and meet our guest, and he can tell us what his show is really all about, because I would like that to really come from him. Oh, hello, Mika. Wait a minute, is that Mika or Mish? Meekin Care, Miss. Wait a minute, Miss Kincaid. Please forgive me with the readers on. I'm still messing up people's names, but thank you for joining, sweetie. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? Okay, the guest says he's going to be late. So what I'm going to do is go out and then come back in when he is available, because otherwise it's going to turn into the unpacking. I'm not going to do something because I have my, I do have on a t-shirt. And you guys, this is one of my latest creations. Supreme Blackness, Divine Energy, Supreme Frequency. And this actual one, the Divine Energy and Supreme Frequency, has the Ankh Ra Ma'at. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see if I can go up a little further. Ma'at. And actually myself in there, because we want to identify with our ancestors, because yes, Ma'at and Ra and Ptah, Amen, all of them are our original first ancestors. And no, they're in their actual energies because we're all energy. So we're the first. Um, those are, oh, uh, sweetie, I sent you that invite by mistake. I do apologize. But my guest is in the building, so I'm going to bring him in. They are good. I didn't have to go back out. But yes, I understand, sweetie. But these energies, which help keep the world together and operating and making things so all things are available. Excuse me, that all things work together for our good. How are you doing today, Ivan?
I'm all right for now. How are you? Give me
Good,
a
good.
hug.
Welcome to
Sorry about
Taste
that.
That.
Thank you.
Lavina, Poetic Empress. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ivan Robinson Jr. of Build Your.
Build your future kiss. I still got to work on that.
Okay, please do, because I was like, okay, well, wait a minute.
I'm still
We
trying
want
to
to bring him on the
modify, so I
show, though.
apologize, people.
I
I
know I was
apologize
on
for
your
that.
show, but I'm like, wait a minute. We can have
It
no
is some,
craziness going
yeah. There's some tweaks, but it was supposed to be for kids, but that's another story. So we were trying to do it all in one word, and it couldn't fit that one word. So we're trying to modify it so it don't be all like that. So I apologize, folks. Mm.
on. That's fine. Thank you. Now, Ivan, you said it was supposed to be for children.
Yeah, it was. The story went like this. We just celebrated our third year anniversary of for live video discussion, and it was supposed to be for kids and youth.
Mhm.
The first maybe 6 months, but into it we realized that we had adults that are you know involved with certain things that the kids could be a part of. So I said, well, why not? Let's just make it a bigger picture. And instead of just doing it for kids, we do it for adults as well, because it's more of, we didn't want to focus on just kids. We just wanted to make it a bigger uh,
On everything.
focus.
On
Yeah,
everything.
there you go. It took the words right off of me. I'm in my
So,
sleeping notes. I apologize. Go ahead.
so how about calling it Build Your Wealth People or Brothers and Sisters?
You're absolutely right. I'm still trying to figure out a proper name for it because I didn't want it to be, I wanted to make it sensible. And also the name, I wanted to have a purpose for it. But like I say to a lot of people, if you have any suggestions on what I should name it to, then please let me know and I will do my best to kind of incorporate all that into one so it can actually make sense. So, um, like I said, it's still a process I'm in, but I'm just trying to
Okay.
just
Can
get
you
things worked out.
can you tell me about
Mhm.
the program of which this developed from?
Well, it
What's it
was
called
developed.
again?
Oh, sorry.
I
Go ahead.
apologize, but what's it called again? Like
Oh,
what brought about you
okay.
doing this
So
show?
it's called For Life Video Discussion. That's basically what it was called.
Hmm.
Um, it's basically a discussion on, careers about, it could be anything, from poetry to spoken word to people who have careers, futures, even people who are dealing with emotional or physical issues. So I wanted to make it as a discussion that can help us later on in the future for life. So that's where it led to that. Um, and at the same time, when I did this, it was, I guess the best way to say it, and I don't know if people could understand what I'm going to say, I wanted to be more of I didn't want to be too specific with certain issues. I wanted to be a bigger picture of it. So I wanted to be more about, dealing with money. I wanted to focus on dealing with, people are dealing with weight issues. I wanted to be where, if you want to learn about filing taxes, I wanted to be where, a little bit of everything. So it became a point where certain things I wanted for them to understand and help for life later on down the road so they can learn from generations. So that's where it led to building a future for life. That's probably what I may change it to.
Why not life discussions?
See? You took the words right off of me. I like your style. I'm probably going to have to change that. Life discussions. I like that.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that covers everything you
exactly.
would possibly want to,
Okay.
discuss.
I like that.
I
And go ahead.
know,
I learned
under
something new here. See, I appreciate that.
um,
Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt. I don't think I see your face. You see mine, but I don't see yours on my
really,
side. Yes, I didn't want to
oh,
interrupt, but
you
I
see
don't know if.
both of us on here.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine.
Mhm.
Then don't worry
Yeah,
yourself. I'm cool with
it,
that.
it's the probably, well, at least I hope it's the just Instagram, because
Hmm.
um I don't have on a light in here because it's daytime,
Yeah,
and
uh, I don't have it here too, but that's okay. Don't worry yourself.
no,
Hey,
you're fine. That's what I'm saying. We're both on the
yeah,
screen, and it's, at least I hope everyone else. Wait a minute, let me see who this is.
go ahead.
Maybe someone in the audience, loves, can one of you tell us if you can see both of us on the
Yeah,
screen, or
go
it's just
ahead.
Ivan on the screen?
Yeah,
Let me
let me
see.
know if anything, because on my side, you only see my face. Okay, JB sees both. Okay,
Okay.
then you're good.
Yeah. So when it airs, they're going to see both
Yeah,
of us.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because
Um,
sometimes Instagram can be weird sometimes.
yes, it can.
I don't know how
Yeah.
it was because it happened to me before. Actually, I was with JB when I made my return, and it had the same thing that you're dealing with. Um,
Hmm.
when I was on live, you could see my face. It was vice versa. I'd be at the top, and then I couldn't see JB. But then when I checked it afterward, you saw both. So it could be that as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. But go ahead. I didn't want to have you all have that moment there.
Yeah. I said I understand when you come where you're coming from, because you just don't want to hone in on one specific thing. You want to
Mhm.
talk. You don't want to have one name, but um, that's why I have two pages.
There
I
you
have
go.
LavinaPoeticEmpress, but after I went through being diagnosed with breast cancer and everything, this is where
Oh
this
wow.
page came from. Always choose to love yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Divine Spirit gave me that, and said, do a program. Well, so everything pretty much, because with Lavina Poetic Empress, I just
Hmm.
started uh, getting all these ideas to do things for
Right.
a taste of Lavina Poetic Empress. So on this page, pretty much everything that I do falls under a taste of Lavina Poetic Empress, but the page is always choose to love yourself more.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
it would be so nice if I can combine both of my pages together, but I
Yeah.
just do everything.
Okay, that's good though. But still, but our thoughts and prayers go out to you, especially here in Canada. We pray
Oh,
for you
thank
that you're
you.
okay.
I'm
It's a
so
pleasure.
grateful that happened in 2019. So
Wow.
I'm glad I'm healed and I'm moving forward. And I encourage people um, to not just be responsible for doing breast exams, but just being mindful of your body and
Mhm.
listening to it. Be mindful of how your body feels after you eat certain foods, even wearing certain materials
Yes.
can agitate your body and whatnot. So it's not just um, about what's going on
Mhm.
inside. What are we doing outside the body? And what are, like, even breathing in certain um, air atmospheres, like
Right.
in when you go into a supermarket, like the air conditioning system
Yeah.
at the supermarket, at your home, you know, um, and all those things, play a role in things that are going on with us. Because I know, people sometimes, depending on where I'm at,
Right.
and I'm like coughing, it's a dry cough, but it's because of the atmosphere. It's what's blowing around in the air. So I'll take cough drops so I can, they think it's something else. I'm like, oh, it's the air conditioning system,
No, I get
or the
you.
heating system, you
Uh-huh.
know. So I'm telling you, I'm not going to say, yes, it's work, but
Right.
rather find out where it's coming from so I can deal
Yeah.
with it naturally, and make sure I don't have to really go to a doctor, because I need
I
to,
get
like,
you.
I consider myself a healer.
We forget that sometimes.
Yeah,
We forget those kind of things.
exactly.
And that I was talking about that on when I think it was last year when I made the announcement that I'm type 2 diabetic, and I didn't realize it at the time. And one of the advice that I've always said, well, not well, I've said it now, but before I said the main thing is check with your doctor, because we
Mhm.
forget that we can take care of it ourselves, and it works. But sometimes when we don't take the time to just book an appointment with the doctor and make sure your body is, you know, gets the right help it needs, we
Right.
can forget that, and then we get diagnosed when we could have fixed that years ago or months ago. So we forget to, use that as our resource to really find out what we went wrong and fix it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't really, we you're absolutely right. We can be our own healer, and also we can also, just make sure that we just take care of ourselves, even mentally too. Because I even went to the doctor as well, and they said that I had a high blood pressure, and I said, "Where did I get that from?" He said, "You probably stressed out about something,"
Mhm.
and I didn't realize that
All of that.
because.
Exactly. So we have to listen. We have to, like, think about what we're speaking over our
Mhm,
lives and things of that
mhm.
nature. Wait a minute. Before I go on any further with that thought,
Go ahead, speak your mind.
fade away. That's or beats. Fade away beats. No, I didn't meet Ivan at the spa. He actually, I think, saw one of my shows or something on
Yeah,
Instagram, and he got in contact with me and things of that nature. So that's how we actually met on
yeah.
his show.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them.
Yeah.
They probably
And
can.
someone is saying, yes, maybe stress.
Practice.
You haven't visited the
Oh,
spa.
Lord help us
So
all. Don't worry about you. Oh my God. I
who
knew it.
is IB? What's your name? What's their name?
I
IB?
think it's Ilion or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, don't pay mine sometimes.
Thank
So
you
like they
for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes,
but
but
go ahead.
massages are very important. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, they get everything flowing, and it's important to drink a lot of water
Yeah.
after, so you can cleanse all the radicals that are flipping around and get through your system. Yes.
That was
Um,
the main thing too. I'm
but
guilty
yeah,
of the charge.
it's very important for us to pay attention, because I mean, technically, you're your own healer. Your body has been designed
Hmm.
to heal itself. You've been sent here with everything you could possibly need in this earth. We've been sent here with it. But because we haven't been taught these things from very young, we don't operate in it until now.
Yeah.
You understand? And like I said, it's something we have to grow and mature in, because to say, oh, I'm going to just do everything right and eat everything right, no, that's a lie. Because yesterday I had a
Ah!
cheesesteak. It was so good.
I had
But
to cheat a bit too last night, so don't worry.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had to cheat a little
Wait a
bit.
minute.
Sometimes I gotta cheat a
Wait,
little bit.
wait a minute. Now, Ivan, because you're from Jamaica, right?
Yeah, my parents were from Jamaica. Yes,
Did you
correct.
live there, or you grew up in the
I
States?
I actually don't. Let me break it down. I was born in Canada.
Okay.
Um, So I was born in 82. So I was born in Etobicoke, in Canada, in Ontario. So I have not visited Jamaica in over 20 years.
What?
But oh yeah, I'll be honest. I've been in Jamaica for a good over like
No,
24,
no, go on,
24.
boy.
No, wait. Yeah, 20. I'm gonna be honest. Only because at the time I had school, I had work, and it didn't really cross my mind about going back. Not to say I hate it, but it just didn't really cross my mind going back. I did want to go back, but a lot of stuff was happening to the point where I didn't plan it properly, or I didn't have a chance to plan on going back. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't go back. I only went there that one time to visit both grandmothers on my mother's side and my father's side.
Oh, that was
Yeah, it was actually a wonderful experience. For those who never been to Jamaica, I encourage you, just to go there. The scenery was nice. The, if you planning to go to the market, it was great. Um, it's just a nice scenery just to get out of the country and just kind of be in one with yourself.
yeah.
So I had a chance to just go for the walks were actually really good. Not like the walks you have here in Toronto. Like you just go on your regular walks, and I'm a city guy. I love the city, and even if I go on vacations, I like to have like stores across from me or a few blocks from me. But to be in the middle of nowhere, it's a different kind of atmosphere. So, yeah. So my parents were born in Jamaica, and then they came here. My father, God rest his soul, he had his own business. He did a lot of things. Um, he did he did businesses, and also he was a minister. God bless his heart. And he solely became a minister. So he preached in Jamaica, United States, and Canada. Those were his three countries there. My mother worked at the hospital, so they came to Canada officially maybe early 80s, close to mid 80s, and that's when I was born. So yeah, I was born and raised here in Canada, but my parents, yes, they were from Jamaica, 100%. Plus my younger brother too, who's from uh from Canada too. So yeah.
Okay. Now, do you ever go to the festival in Canada that they have every year?
I will admit
The,
I went
the
Caravana. It was Caravana. I will admit I went. It's I did went one time, and it was a good 9 years ago. Ironically, it was the year a few months after my dad died. I went to Caravana. That was the first and last time I've been there. Only because when you hear a lot of stuff in the news about unnecessary things happening, and plus my schedule was very hectic, so that time I couldn't able to go, but I did went that one time. It was a great experience. It just got too hectic, for the unnecessary reasons. We'll put it like that.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
that's good.
Yeah, but it's good though. Like those who really want to learn about the Caribbean culture, those who never went to Caribbean, yeah, I would by all means go there. Like especially when it's summertime, and I would be, let's say I'm going out, man, the buses would be packed, like the TTC buses, the Toronto Transit Commission. That's the word for TTC. Especially on the weekends, because they have the junior carnival and then they have the regular carnival, and the junior carnival happens on the Saturday sometimes, and then the Sunday they have the Caravana, the original one, as far as I know. Yeah, so they have two of them. Yeah, but it's live, and then
I know it's so much fun. I
oh
can only
yes,
imagine as to
oh
right
yeah,
now because I've
oh
been planning. Say every year, I say, "Oh, I'm gonna go,"
yeah,
and then
yeah.
life is happening so fast. I'm like, I missed it again. No.
Exactly. Watching it, I'm telling you all, watching it, and I would be watching it on TV is one thing, but to
Mhm.
actually be
Be there.
either a part of the float or uh,
Mhm.
dancing on the
Mhm.
street or just
Mhm.
watching it in person
Yeah.
is a totally different
Now I
atmosphere.
did get to go to crop over in Barbados. I got to
Yes,
experience their carnival. Oh, it was
it
amazing.
is.
It was
Yes.
amazing. And you know, one thing I love about the Caribbean is that um, it'll start raining and then it'll just stop. Like it'll rain for a few minutes and people like will put up their umbrella and they're so. I'm gonna tell you, it was so nice because people around me were putting up their umbrellas and then they would take it and put me under the umbrella with them.
Hmm.
So I was wet. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm grateful that every time I've gone to, because I've been to Barbados and Jamaica,
Right.
it's an excellent experience.
It is. It
There
is
was
an awesome experience. Yeah.
one time I went, it wasn't because of the people, it was just something I was going through that it
Hmm.
wasn't as wonderful as it had usually been, but it still was a learning experience for me. It was um, I needed to learn some things that particular time when I went. But yes, the West Indies. I
Hmm.
haven't been to Africa yet, and I do myself and my son. We plan on going
That would
to
be good.
Africa. Yes,
Have you figured where
and
in Africa you're going?
I don't. I'm not sure yet, but I know I'm going with a group of people that are accustomed to going. Like they've been going like every year for the last 20 years. I'll go
Right.
with a group like that because I don't want to go somewhere and not know anyone. Go by myself and try to,
Mhm.
find my way around. No, that. you know.
I'll tell you that
I,
right now. Sometimes it's they say it's good when you go with other people as a group
Mhm,
or have a partner
mhm,
with you, so you don't feel so you know don't feel so alone. I guess you could say.
mhm,
So people prefer to go with yourself. But for me, if I'm traveling, yeah, every now and then I would go with a buddy of mine. But it's nice to just go by yourself and just kind of erase some of the drama. So
mhm.
that's how I am. Like if I'm going out of town, I like to go by myself and just be in one with myself and just have that inner peace with myself. But sometimes with somebody, when you're going out of town, you're worrying about, well, let's go here. No, let's go here. No, 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 let's go here. And then they'll be calling you
Mhm.
on the hotel too much. And I'm like, can I just have that alone time? You
Now
know what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying? So,
tell you, um, I won't like I'll go from state to state by myself, but I'm
mhm.
not going out of the country
Oh, of
by
course,
myself.
yeah.
And depending on the state, how far it is away from, my family,
Hmm.
I won't do that either in this day and time.
Right, right.
Well, to be honest, in any day and time, you have to use wisdom.
Yes.
You can't just be running around, all willy nilly by yourself. But okay, back to helping people. What
Oh,
prompted?
goodness.
I know because
I,
and it's
I
fine
love your
if you
style.
go
Yeah, I
for
love
it.
it already.
Go that
I'm
direction.
loving this.
Um,
Go for it. You're good. That's the whole
but
point. See, we get a U-turn. I love it.
it's cool now. It's cool.
It is,
But
though. Mhm.
when did you know you wanted to start helping people? Like, how were you, or did something happen?
Well, this is more like I'm going to say like this. 3 years ago, maybe a little more than 3 years ago, um, a buddy of mine, we were talking,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about, we had, we had a discussion about the kids nowadays because I work in community centers. And we noticed that the kids, you know, especially from school, they
Mm-hmm.
come back to the community centers or to community centers, and all they do is just hang around. And
Mm-hmm.
we do have youth programs, but not enough youth programs. So what we do as staff is we try to instill something in them that
Mm-hmm.
we do have programs where you know you can learn about music, you can learn about cooking, you can learn about music, you can learn about creating music and all that, but and even sports, because you got people who have all this built up energy, but don't know what to do with it. And it just festers in there. And we've seen that in community centers. So, I had a few friends of mine that we would sit and talk about, why don't we create something that, can really help the youth and other people really think about what they want to do with their future. And one of the things was creating at least a program where you learn about saving money, where you learn about trades, where you learn about, creating music or poetry or whatever, and just, follow what you want to do and make a career out of it. So this was one of the things that we were doing. And from there, it just built up. It started on my first episode. I just was on live just talking about saving money. I was talking about it by myself. And then I had a buddy of mine who we used to go to school together, and we said, all right, let's do let's do a conversation about it. And it built from there where my younger brother who does podcasts, shout out to Drewski the entertainer, aka my brother. He was doing stuff where he was doing a charitable thing to stop gun violence. So I was like, all right, let me check this out. And the more I checked it out, and I did a live on that, and the more I checked it out, the more I realized that this was really getting deep. And then that's when it built from getting guests, getting word of mouth across. It was more of networking. We had musicians that was performing. And from there, it just was like, you know what? Maybe it's that time where I should just create a podcast where we encourage people just to, not only in a sense of career, but mentally, physically, spiritually, however you want to put it. And then from there, the rest was history. It was just everything just kind of flowed afterward, and people saw it and decided they want to be a part of it. And there were times where even I had guests who on the show just wanted to just spread their word across too. So it just all started at the community center and with friends that I've known that we talked about that said, you know what, let's create something that will help the youth. And then even from there, it just expanded from youth to now adults, older adults. And that's where everything just came together in some weird way, but it just came together.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good though. Like right now, it's good. Like right now, like we had a few youths that became a guest on our podcast, on our show. And we had today's his birthday. We had Coach E. Dover as a guest on our season premiere of For Life View Discussion. And we have been ranked, that show has been ranked the number one view of all the episodes we've done. And he's a coach teaching tennis. And our view was a good amount, 339 views. That's all the episodes we've done. Yeah. So, and he's just a youth. And I known him from a youth of a community center I worked at. And that other youth, his name is Mike, was also a guest on our show. So it was a snowball effect. And that just build and build and build and build. And then from there I had what's his name? God rest his soul. Larry Edwards from New York. Oh, this guy, oh my gosh. One day y'all gotta check him out. But he passed away a year ago. But he's a singer, an artist, and this guy, oh my goodness. I had him, I had everybody, but it just slowly but surely came together.
And that tells
Oh yeah.
everyone, don't give up on your dreams or your desires or your ideals. Keep pressing, keep working towards it. The only way it won't come to pass is if you don't do anything. You got to move something, do something to get something. It's just as simple as that.
And I
you
think,
know.
another thing that I had to learn, and I mentioned this, is that we pay too much attention
Mhm.
to who follows who instead
Yeah.
of the
You know what?
content of what we're doing.
Yes. You know, I had to learn that, you know, and what, and as I was saying before about me
Hmm.
um, starting to always choose to love yourself more,
Yes,
and
yes.
decided to do more stuff over here because I want to speak with everyone, not just, and I love my poets,
Hmm.
but I want a broader audience. And so I was like, it's like spirit was like, start doing your lives on always choose to love yourself more.
I love
I,
that.
you know, so that's why I started doing lives here and opening up to interview and invite other guests on. And that's where my other topics come in at. Someone, as a matter of fact, I don't know if she's still, wait a minute, let me make sure that was her.
Go ahead, take your time.
No, but one of the guests that was on my show, her name is Dope, wait a minute, Dope Female Trainer.
Okay.
She, yeah, she's in excellent shape, you know.
Hmm.
So she was on the show. we did we did a live where she was showing me some, you know, moves and
Yeah.
stuff. I had a really great time. So because that's what I want to do, open it up as
Mhm.
to where I'm not just focusing on one thing. Because
Right.
I say that my poetry and the clothes that I sell, everything is for body, mind, and spirit.
Hmm.
So I want a show that deals with body, mind, and spirit that we
Correct.
could talk about everything on the show. So I'm glad that I'm able to do it and build on this page also. Uh,
No, I'm very
I'm not going
happy
to say
for you.
thank you. I'm
It's a
not going to say
pleasure.
ever get rid of the other page, but as this one grows, like I say, with all this technology, it would be nice if they could have you merge both your pages into one page because that would just be like totally awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Like our next step, like on our end, is trying to put it on YouTube.
Mhm.
Um, Trying to, because there's people that don't really have Instagram, or they have it but they haven't used it as much, or so we try to put it on YouTube, Facebook, all that. So
Mhm.
that's the next step we are trying to do. Um, so yeah, I
Okay.
wish there was an easier way to do that.
I need you to do me a favor.
Was
Take
there?
the word try, take the word
Take.
try out of your vocabulary because that doesn't exist.
Oh yes.
I don't care.
Okay, my bad. See, I learned something new again. Go ahead.
Yeah. You it's not you try to do, you do it. You actually do it. Because all you do is go over to YouTube and start a channel and you
Exactly.
start
Right.
uploading videos.
Yes.
Because I have everything I put on these two pages
Hmm.
go on YouTube. So just do it. And one thing I'm going to start doing, and I'm gonna just start it. I'm gonna start doing it for free. I believe is StreamYard. Use StreamYard to do my lives, so it'll I could because I have a channel over there
Hmm.
do my live shows and where we can
Okay,
have
that's good.
and all that. So I need to start
Okay.
utilizing it.
Yeah.
It's already set. I just because I was trying to be Miss Poetic Empress,
Mhm.
where I had to have, you know, my logo on there instead of theirs. But until I get in a place where I could pay the fee every month
Yeah.
and be consistent with, because I don't want to pay it this month and, because I have a lot going on.
Right.
But I'll just go ahead and do the lives with StreamYard on there and that'll also inspire other people and let them know you can do this too. It's not
That would
just
be
for
an excellent. That's
one
an excellent idea.
person.
Yeah. No, that's an excellent idea because there are people who never really use Instagram, but they. Sorry, it's the jingle, folks. Wait for it. Oh boy, Dad, I already heard you. Sorry, it's so long. Long
Now, is
story,
the
viewers.
jingle sound for the holiday?
Am I what?
Is the jingle sound for the
No,
holiday?
no. It's a long story. So, my dad years ago went to Niagara Falls.
Mhm.
Years ago. Years ago. And around the time, I think they got him a clock. I don't know if y'all
Mhm.
see it. Let me see if y'all get a chance to see you get a better view. That clock right there.
Mhm.
That's the one.
Okay.
So every time it goes to the hour, you hear that sound. It's a small
Oh.
world after all. I tried to stop it, folks. It couldn't work. It's like I'll be sleeping and then I hear this song. I'll be cooking and I hear this song. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind it. It's just all the time, every hour. It's too much. So
Mhm.
I guess it's a notification that it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But anyway, we had it since then, and it's that's why you hear the jingle. So every hour you hear that song, I'm like, oh snap, here I go
Now,
again.
can you turn down the volume?
I could. I
Mhm.
have to figure out. Well, right now we're good. It's just I gotta figure out a way to use it. Not use it. I'm trying to figure. Sorry. I'm
How to
figuring
turn
out.
down the
There
volume?
you go. Thank you. Thank you
And
for clearing
the
that up for
only
me.
reason I say that is because you know what you hear constantly. You hear it constantly,
Yes.
and it's going to repeat the name. You might not hear it's the sound, but you know it says it's a small world. You don't want to have a small world.
That too. That's why I didn't want to use that song.
Exactly. So
I never,
that's what
and
I'm
of
like.
all the years I've living, I never
Turn
used that song.
yeah, take the battery out because you'll still honor Father. It's still up on the wall,
Yeah,
but it's just not telling the time. Because you have other, I'm
exactly.
sure you have other items in your house that tells the time, like the microwave, your phone, a
Yeah.
clock, a watch. So, but get that small world because no, your world should not be there. It is small.
Oh, you're right.
Still
You're
think
absolutely right. That's why I'm
that.
figuring out how to stop that.
Yeah,
So later I'm gonna stop that.
yeah. Take it
So
off the wall and just. I'm sure it's a volume or on and off switch. Yeah,
yeah,
and
the clock is good. It's just the song. God darn.
yeah,
I wish
yeah.
there was a new song
Exactly.
for it. Then I would have said, okay, we'll put a new song.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm figuring that out, and it will be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm letting the viewers know. I apologize for that.
Oh, it's okay.
It's all that coming.
And the only reason I
That's all that
really
coming
said
with
something about it, the only reason I said something about it is because you said on the hour. I'm like, in the middle of the night. We're not doing that.
it.
On my sleep. Oh, no, you got to go.
I had to. Like
Yeah.
I'm a deep sleeper, so it don't phase me. It's just, especially when you're doing lives like this and you hear that in the background, people are gonna be like, "Is it really a small world after all?"
No,
Now, so then
it's
their
not.
brain starts thinking, "No, it's like, no, we gotta get our mindset right."
Mhm.
Yes. So guaranteed, folks, that will be fixed.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna figure
exactly.
it out.
And it's
Thank you for clearing that
something.
up for me.
Oh,
I feel like something.
you're welcome. And
I
it's
learned
something
something
that you said about the mind, clearing up the mind, or we literally like governing ourselves, that we're back to that, back to self. You are your God
new.
and God.
Mm, exactly.
So
Exactly what you said.
you protect your eye gate, ear gate, mouth gate, and all the other gates
Hmm.
on the bottom. Okay. Because people telling you certain people are gatekeepers to this, that, and the other. No, you're your gatekeeper. Okay. So you control what you believe, what you receive, and what you transmit out. Because we're transmitters and we're receivers. So you guard yourself. You keep your own gates, what you want to take in and take out. You don't have to believe, and please don't believe everything that's out there because some of the stuff is just like, okay, we're not going to do that. We're not going to listen to that. We're not going to play that. We're not going to say that because I even tell my son music because everybody loves music, but like I said, everything that every frequency and energy that you got to challenge that thing. You got to examine it. You got to say, wait a minute, Why I feel like that? I ain't feel like crying a minute ago. Now I want to cry. Listening to what you listen, movies, all that, anything that has a frequency or a vibration or it's energy, pay attention. And that's to everything in the world. When I say pay attention, I'm not talking about give it your attention. Or you know
That
what?
is a powerful
I'm gonna
message.
come up with a better word than pay. Because you don't
Mm.
you understand? Because now you giving it something that it shouldn't need. It shouldn't
Yeah,
you shouldn't have to give it, which means you've paid your energy to it. That means it's taken something from you that
right.
shouldn't be taken, you know. So because you could have put that energy into something else that's gonna give you energy back that you need to go further or accomplish your goals in this earth.
I think our big quote should be little things create big impact.
Because they do.
Amen
People think just
to that. Preach it. Come on. We forget
because
that.
when you drop a pebble into water, that little pebble makes a big ripple.
Mm-hmm.
He said the smaller it
Little
turns
things
into
create big impact.
yeah,
Change. That's
yeah.
my quote now. That's your quote now. Little things create big
Uh-uh.
impact. Hey,
You gotta run
I
with that.
copy right now. Come
You
on,
gotta
hold on.
run with that.
All right.
Didn't I just say, like, I know we're doing energy exchange here and
Yes.
frequency and vibration, but you coined that just now.
All right. And
Own
I
that.
coined it.
Because
I
what you
own that.
need to know about me,
That's what I'm saying.
if it's
So I couldn't do that
something I
without you.
want and it's offered and it's not going to harm me or anybody else, and
I agree.
especially if it's going to benefit me and benefit others, I'm snatching it. Snatching it.
Amen to
Okay?
that.
Yeah. So
I love that.
that's yours. That's yours.
Yeah. And
And when I
I will claim that.
say that I'm talking, I'll give you another example of
Go
how
ahead.
I take advantage of situations or
Mm-hmm.
opportunities because I'm not into taking people's ideals and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. I went to the movies by myself one year
Mm-hmm.
uh, to this movie theater. I used to kind of like going to, but so in any case, we're at the movie and the person we're standing in the line. I'm next in line, and um, it was a bunch of people in the line, and they're all talking to each other, and
Right.
the person at the window is screaming next in line and screaming
Mm-hmm.
next in line please. So all of them stand around talking and whatnot, so I got out the line, went to the window, got my ticket, and as I was taking my tickets and about to walk away, my hand is kind of still up. Somebody grabbed it. I was like,
Grabbed
this white
it.
a white woman grabbed my arm,
Whoa.
and my immediate reaction was off of me. And so all the people, which was pretty much white people, got upset, told me I hit her. Yes, I did hit her. She had no business touching me. And so they called, and it's always cops, police officers in this particular movie
Mm-hmm.
theater.
Right.
So he came over to me as I was walking to go in the movie theater. He said,
Mm-hmm.
Miss, excuse me. I said, yes, officer. He said, did you hit her? I said, yes, sir. He said, why did you hit her? I said, officer, she grabbed my hand. He said, she touched you? I said, yes, sir. He said, go on to the movie. Enjoy. She
Oh gosh.
putting her hands on. I didn't do it. I didn't touch her. I didn't say
Mm-hmm.
anything to her. I
Yeah.
went, got my movie ticket, and proceeded.
Talking
You know.
about your business. Wow.
So when I say I take advantage of opportunities,
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then in person, if we're sitting there and you speak out an idea, I'm not going to take your idea. And
Right.
and the only reason I would consider is because you said you can, have it, and then I'm going to say no. You coined it, take it, because if not, I will, because you offered
Right.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You're right.
I'm gonna, because of the type of person I am, I'm gonna say no, it's yours. do what you will with it.
I respect that.
Don't ever give up your ideal. You
No, and
understand?
I appreciate that. We forget stuff like that,
Yeah,
little things like that. Like I said,
because
we forget that.
that, and make sure you write it down so you don't forget after we get off the
Well,
show.
I quote that.
Put it in your phone.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
You know,
put my phone right now. Now that you brought it up, since
post the
you're here.
post. Wait a minute. Look, the picture that is on the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Put that saying on that picture and post it.
Oh, the one that you had it posted. Okay, got it. See?
Put it on your picture, yes,
Yeah.
and post that.
See?
Yeah.
What would I do without you? I learned something new up in here. Let's see. Wait, you're witnessing this, folks. I'm gonna. It's for live. Wait. You know, wait. This. Wait. Quote. I got it. I'm really writing this quote, and I'm
Yes.
not joking. God is my
You
witness.
should. You
History's made.
should. Yes.
Little things create a big impact. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now, and then I put wait dash. Hey, look at that. Look at that. This is historically make. Oh, I had a few quotes in my time. There you go. Right there. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Little things create a big impact. Say a word. Come on. Thanks to the hostess. All right. I'm saving that. And you
That's
will
what's up.
see that live. Little thing. Or as I always say on my show, the greatest blessing is to become a blessing. Hey, you can't take that. Okay, let me stop. That was my quote right there. Right there.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you do etymology of words?
I actually don't for some reason. I did on our platform of spoken word, but not a what would you call it?
Etymology. That's where you find out where this word originated at.
No, honestly, no. I'll be honest. I haven't done that, to be honest with you.
Blessings actually means blood.
Really? Okay.
Exactly. So, and everybody's going around saying, "Oh, I bless you, be in the blessing." Yeah, look it up.
Okay, I should check that. I didn't realize it was that.
Do etymology of blood. Word blood.
All right, let's
Yep.
check this out.
Etymology of the word bless and blessing. Yes.
But we just say blessing as if it was like a positive thing,
because you've been programmed to do that.
Okay. What is what would you call it? What was that word again?
Etymology.
How you spell that?
ETYMOLOGY. Etymology.
Okay, word or okay. All right.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So the Old English. Been ready. What's up now, man? Okay, so it's a Old English word for blood. Oh, wow. Okay, I just saw this. Latin benedire, benedicere, if I said it right, to praise, worship, and later by association with bliss. Interesting.
Bliss, I'm like, you saying the same. Well, you know what? I need to look up bliss, but I'm almost sure it's the same thing.
Try this. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be careful what we're saying. You blood people, blood you. That doesn't even.
Well, I think it's more of, and you're right. I'm not disagreeing with that. I think it's more when we just say blessing. It's more like we're here to. We never really think of that word any further than just blessing. But
because
now
we're
that you brought it up, yeah. But go
because
ahead.
we're not taught to study these words and find out. Remember, we're not operating on our own uh, um, language. We're not
Mhm.
operating in our own original language.
Right.
We're operating out of someone else's original language, the language that came up. And then, what year did that word come into play?
Let me go
In
back.
the 1800s, or
Yeah, probably.
wasn't
Let me
even
see
a
it.
word
Originated.
before that. So these are words they have come up with.
Well, this is the surname Blessing was first found in Lancashire at Pleasanton, a village in Civil Parish. Wow, that dates back to 1196. Say word.
Yeah, like I said,
Wow.
in the 1500s, 1100s. I wasn't sure which, but I knew it wasn't current. Like it didn't just
Right.
hasn't been used until then. And then there, because people say, "Oh, you could, we can." It means blessing now. No, what did it originally mean? It still means that.
Yeah, because they have the Greek word. If they look at the Greek word of it, it's called Makarios, and it's
Mhm.
Hebrew equivalent for Ashri, which means the good life. So I guess
Now you got to
the
look at
people are looking at it as the Greek word, but not the
no, no,
actual.
no. You
No,
got
I
to
could be
look
wrong.
at
I'm just saying. I'm like I
no,
said.
not. But I'm telling you,
Yeah,
what I'm telling you is
yeah.
you gotta go back. You still gotta go back
Hmm.
to where it originally started, and then who did did the Greeks really come up with that word?
Yeah, it's just so certain words we gotta be careful with now.
Exactly. Like
Okay, well,
queen,
you mentioned-
the word queen means whore. That's why I don't respond really to people
oh,
when they say queen. Sometimes I'll go ahead and tell them, please don't call me that. Like if they're in my face, please don't address me as queen. And I stopped putting it because I had it on some of my shirts, but then I found out it meant whore. I was like, oh, I'm not
and it was
sounding like.
under. It was it like
You can
an
look that up too.
etymology word you talking about?
Etymology.
Etymology? Okay. Okay. Let's see. 'Cause I'm looking at it right now. It's
But look at the
German.
original spelling of it, Quean. And
Yes, I saw that one.
yeah, because they want to change it and call it and say it means,
Oh
you know,
my gosh. That's what it means?
yes.
I just looked at it right. Say word.
Yeah.
And
So,
imprudent or ill-behaved girl or what? What? A prostitute. Wow.
just saying. Yeah.
Didn't saw that coming.
Mm-hmm.
So all this time when people are calling Queen, what we're basically calling
Calling
them
each
as a
other
prostitute?
whores and prostitutes and stuff. Yes.
That
Mm-hmm.
is wow, okay. That's now we know what not to say
Yeah.
anymore. Feel like we're not careful, we may not use any word at all, but
And the thing
I get where
is,
you're coming
uh,
from.
it's a ever growing
Okay.
process.
Yeah,
That's
I
why,
get it.
when you, and it's not, and, everybody doesn't have to do it. They can do what they want.
Yeah.
I choose to speak truth,
Yeah,
and
of course.
therefore I go the extra mile. Um,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
even with, um, and I've heard someone in the conscious community say, because I was like, people have their altars built to their ancestors and things of that nature. Yes, honor
Mhm.
your ancestors. But for me, I'm like, we got to be careful because you need to call the name of your ancestors. We could think, I'm grateful for all the ancestors.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm grateful for everything that divine created.
Yes.
However, I don't have to participate with everything because we don't know certain ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
That's true.
and if you call upon certain ancestors, you don't know what you're gonna get. And
Yeah.
so we encourage this particular person was like, be careful, with everything.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of people get influenced too easily on certain things. Yeah. So you have to, words are very powerful, and what you say can affect somebody. So
they
you're right.
create,
You're absolutely right about that.
words create and destroy. That's why you are God. Words create and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
On your term, words help or hurt? Shame. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Another moment from Ivan again. But yeah, but it's true. Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from with that, because we just say certain things and not really understand what we mean by saying them until we look and say, oh, so all this time I was saying that, and I was just saying it for the sake of saying it, and not realize that
Not
this is what it
realizing what
actually
it
means. Yeah.
is.
So people get caught up with certain stuff. Yeah. So yeah, we all gotta be cautious, and every now and then, uh, try to reword certain things, or be cautious, be aware. That's the word I want to say. Be aware of it. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. We learn stuff like this, and try to not try. I keep saying the word try, and learn to get better at it. There you go. Now
Mm-hmm.
I gotta avoid the word try now, because
And it's okay. You might say it another 30 times, but guess what? Eventually you're gonna be like, oh, your
yeah,
thought process is
thought
gonna
process.
change.
See, that's the thing, is taking it. It's not being aware of what you're saying and what you're doing, and making an effort. That's the word. Make an effort. Hey, make an effort of being
Yeah.
better with your words and your
Yes. And
actions.
because it's always an ever ongoing, growing, maturing process. You don't,
Mm-hmm.
you
That's
think you
the
get here and
process.
then, oh, my life is gonna be perfect. No, it's not, because you're going through to different levels, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
No, I agree with that.
And I should say, because we're actually going forward, you know, that's where we're all on a equal playing field and we're all
Mhm.
going forward,
Exactly right.
you know. So we can do all things according to life. Or I
Mhm.
suggest you do all things according to life, because you do have the power to do anything. But anything, just because you can do a thing, doesn't mean you should, because some things people do hurt other people.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So it's not, you got to be a wise God, a wise goddess. Is this going to be beneficial and hurt other people, or is it going to be beneficial for all of us?
No, I agree. I agree 100%. We
Yeah.
tend to forget that, though, and we need to really acknowledge that and make that effort to, you know, get better. But it's all process, as you say. It's all a matter of process, and you're gonna learn something along the way that you never expected to learn before. So
Yeah.
that's the thing with this project. You never know who you're gonna meet and what you're gonna learn, and you take that and just grow. So
Yes.
you know, but I always tell people there's always a learning process. We're not gonna get this overnight. Then people forget
Mm-hmm.
that people think it's just a quick fix or a quick
Mm-hmm.
result, when it's more to it than that. It's not no magician thing, and that's the whole point of this podcast that I've been doing. It's more of a process. It's not, you're learning things from a lot of people that you can take for yourself, or take it for for your family, your young people, in any areas of life, whether you're learning music, whether you're learning trade, whether you're learning just your spirituality, yourself. That's what this whole uh, project was about. It's just understanding yourself and understanding from other people what you need to do to
Mm-hmm.
get to another level
Yeah.
of yourself. That's basically what it is. And it's
Exactly.
been it's been going on good. Oh, be smooth. I agree, Be Smooth. She is amazing.
Oh, thank you. I
All the
appreciate it,
love.
BC. Thank you.
Be Smooth said it all. You know, I had her on the show. She's amazing. I'll tell you one more time. She's been amazing on the show, and she's been an amazing hostess, and I appreciate her for that. This is one
Thank you.
of the rare moments. You're my second person that invited me as a guest. I haven't had that in a hot while, so I appreciate this moment, and just to encourage others to, respect the process. That's basically what it is. Respect the process.
Now it's time to have some fun.
You did. Her lives are amazing.
Mhm.
Be Smooth. Her lives are amazing. I couldn't say it better myself.
I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
Go for
And
it.
like I said, it's all in fun.
All
I
right.
want
That's cool.
one of your deepest thoughts,
Mm.
one of your favorite expressions,
Ooh.
and one of your dirty little secrets. Those are all the titles to my books.
Wow.
So, well, to 3 of my
All
books.
right. Um, let's see. What was the first one you said? Yes.
I want one of your deepest thoughts.
My deepest thoughts. So it could be anything, right?
Oh, excuse me. It could be anything.
Anything. Okay, well, to be honest, my deepest thought is, well, this is a hard one. I'm gonna be a little. I like to be. I know it's kind of weird to say, but I would love to be romantically expressive in public. That's how I am. That's one of my deepest thoughts. I'm gonna put it like that, just to be respectful to your life. Um,
Yeah.
as
Well,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say being romantic in public doesn't always involve physical contact.
Oh, of
Because
course not. No, no, no. Hey,
okay, because I was going to say it's
no,
okay. That's a good
yeah,
thing to be
yeah,
like that because women like that. So,
yeah, and that's the thing. I'm learning to express that more than just a physical touch. That's my thought. I'm trying. No, sorry. See, I said that word. Try again. I'm learning
mhm.
to express in a different way publicly than just in a physical sense. If you can understand that,
Yep.
that's my deepest thought.
That,
What was the next one?
because the next one is, well, I was going to say,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, your thought.
with you learning to do that, you're actually going to be operating from your spirit. You're going
Mm-hmm.
to be frequency and vibration.
Yes.
Okay. The next question is
Mm-hmm.
um, your favorite expression, one of your favorite expressions,
Ooh,
something that you say.
other than
No, it's one of your favorite expressions. It could be something that you say, or like you might express yourself. If something doesn't go your way, you might be like, or something does go your way. Or, people do all kind of stuff,
okay.
things to express one of their favorite expressions. It could be a quote, it could be
Ooh.
a poem, a song.
Oh gosh, I had a lot of expressions, but my one of my basic, sorry, one of my biggest expressions will forever be when I am angry or I'm upset. I'm really, really quiet because I'm observant um, of surroundings, of certain behaviors, and even when I'm upset, I won't talk
Mm-hmm.
until that time is right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
that could be my greatest strength, but it can also be my weakness.
Mm-hmm.
No, not weakness, challenge at
Mm-hmm.
times. But that would be my strength when I'm really angry or quiet, I'm silent
Mhm.
because it speaks volumes at times, and people
Mhm.
don't know. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that's one of my biggest expressions. I'm
Okay.
very observant. Put it like that. I
Mhm.
can say that in a story, but we'll keep it like
That's
that.
what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. Now, one of your
Mm-hmm.
dirty little secrets.
Oh gosh, my secret. Wow, could be anything, right?
Oh yes,
Okay.
and it could be something funny. It doesn't have to be anything.
Yeah, I'll be PG today. I'll be respectful today. Okay. My this was back in high school. I don't know why I did this, but uh whenever when I did this acting gig, this is years ago in high school, when I was
Mhm.
performing on stage, they made me wear makeup for the first time in my life.
Mhm.
How embarrassing that was. They made me wear tights, and I vowed that day. And I never had anyone put makeup on my face,
Mhm.
but that day, I they made me wear makeup. My cheeks were all blushy, and
Mhm.
then they put stuff on my face, and they made me wear these tights like we were dressing up as the not medieval times. It was more like a oh
Mhm.
gosh, I can't remember the actual time. But anyway, they made me wear tights,
Mhm.
and I vowed that day I would never wear tights again, and I'll never wear makeup again. That's when I was in grade 12. That was the first and last time that ever happened. I
Mhm.
just felt it's too much on me. I even looking back, I was like, I don't know why I got myself into that.
You know
That was kind
what? But
of funny, but
it,
embarrassing. Huh?
it, yeah, but it's also the day that you took a stand for you and you
Yeah,
discovered about yourself. You like, we won't be
no,
doing
not even. I'm a
that.
grown man. Well, not
There,
that
go ahead and say
grown.
it again.
I'm a grown man. I don't have time for that. I felt like the best way to say it is when you're standing on business, you're standing on business. So
Mhm.
that's what I felt like after that one day, and I realized, oh, why would I do that? I was like, nah, I'm not gonna let that happen again. Even though it was that one time, I said, nah, no, never again. That's when you realize you have to take a stand for yourself. As they say, if you can't stand for something, you fall for nothing. As my
You
mama
fall
said.
for anything.
Anything, yes. That thank you.
Mhm.
Took the words right out of me. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's and I'm being PG about it, being respectful about it because it's not prime time. But that's the clean that's the clean version.
Right.
Ah, so I'm being respectful, folks.
Mhm.
So that's how I feel right now. And that's yeah, that was it. Like the other dirty thoughts, if I had time, I'd tell y'all, but I won't. I'm being hey, let me hold my peace. But yeah, that would be my three things.
Now, do you write poetry?
I do.
And
It's
wait a
been a
minute,
while.
and excuse me, and with that, do you sing or do music? Because you during the conversation you bring up music a lot, so I take it
Yes.
you really like
Oh,
music. So you do poetry and music and
yes.
write.
Yes, I do. For poetry, it actually started in high school. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
around grade 11, no, grade 12, grade 12. It was 2000, 2001. For
Mm-hmm.
those who don't know, I'm 42 years old. So, uh, around maybe 20 years ago, yeah, 20 years ago, we did this thing at our high school. I think it was Arts Fest or something like that, where people would listen to poetry and music and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. So I just made up some poetry. I had a few books here. I don't know where I put them, but they're in my room. And I just wrote some poems, made up some poetry. And then from there, fast forward. I was just checking on the computer, and there was this website called poetry.com, and it made you, just send poetry in and just, let they see what you think. So out of nowhere, I just say, you know what, let me give it a shot. Just send some poems. And for some reason, I got an email back from them saying that I was awarded Poet of the Year. So they was going to invite me. Yeah, I appreciate that. So they're going to invite me to come, and I think I was going to meet some celebrities there, some boat crews. Uh, this was years ago. And unfortunately, based on my schedule, it couldn't happen. So, but I don't know if I still have it, but I had it where, yeah, I was awarded Poet of the Year. And yeah, it was a great accomplishment for me. Didn't realize I had that in me, but for some reason I just went out and did it, and I just got the award. Music wise now, oh, the journey, I can tell you about that. It started a little before that, but the condensed version was when I was little. Like I said before, my dad was a preacher, and I just wanted to be like my dad. Just preach. I don't know how. He just had no filter, and everywhere there was a tape that he had. I don't know what we did with it, but it was like 84, 85, where I was preaching to my dad just for the sake of it. And my dad would agree with everything I said. So I was around about 2, 3 years old. And then my mother has this infamous story of how I became the first subway preacher. I don't know how that happened. But apparently I was healing passengers. I don't know. And this was not maybe 4 or 5 years old. So fast forward now, this was like mid 80s to 90s. So for some reason, I saw one of my dad's colleagues or elders playing the guitar. So every time I see him in church, I would take a little book and I'll play the guitar like how he plays it, right? So fast forward a little bit, 2000, not 2000, 1993. This was the year I was 11 years old. My father was going to be ordained as a bishop. It's more like he was promoted. That's the best way we can say it. They elevated him. So we had his headquarters church from Baltimore and from the States. So my dad hosted a convocation at his church. Big name showed up. Anyway, all those showed up, and then I was only 11 years old playing the drums. No other drummer, no other organ guy, no other guitar guy. It was just me for the whole week, 1993, with the big names, and I just tore the house down playing the drums. That's when I knew. Forget being a bishop, forget being a preacher, forget all that. I forever wanted to be a musician, and nothing was going to change it. And from that point on, my music journey began. Probably around 2007, 2006, I started teaching music in community centers, and I've done it for a good, what is it, 2024? So a good 18 years. Like right now, actually tomorrow, I'm hosting a musical event called The Musical Gathering. They call it a recital, they call it a concert. I said, ban it. So I'm hosting an event where I teach adults and I teach youth how to play the music. So you're gonna see that happening tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m., where yours truly will be hosting the musical gathering. And we do this the ending of every program, just for people to see the progress of our students, learning from week one all the way to the end. And we want to do it in a way where people understand that if you want to learn music, if you want to elevate yourself, this is the way you can learn, right? Because we have great instructors. We have not just me, but there's other instructors that teach. I used to teach kids in preschool, which was really good, but it was challenging because and you all know about preschool, folks. When you got 4 and 5 year olds that are just treating a keyboard keyboard as a toy.
Yes.
That's where it becomes a challenge. And they're not used to sitting for a good 30 minutes. So you have to kind of get the feel of them first, but then you also got to be on your toes. You got to be ahead of the game with them sometimes, right? And also you got to make it fun for them so they can understand it and come back again. And it has been told that they come back again. Always pack with preschool. I guess now I know why. So you have to really engage. You have to really engage with them because that's another thing with them. And also you have to, for me, it's patience. That's the hardest part as an instructor slash teacher is patience because not everybody can elevate at the ending of a season. They can just elevate after the season. Even when the 9 weeks are done, they may not learn every song in the book. They may just learn one or two songs. But you'll be amazed at some of these preschool kids. Since I've been with them, I don't know how, but they apparently exceed beyond my expectations. And also with me as an instructor in music, what people need to understand is that you have parents who have this kind of expectation, but then you have your expectation. And until you kind of meet in the middle, you're going to have a battle between what they want and what you want. So sometimes I have to kind of remind them, like, I get what you're saying, but you also have to understand there's a difference between the kids wanting to learn, needing to learn, but forced to learn. Because I can tell by these kids, some of them that played is either they're forced to come or they want to come or they need to come. Because when they need to come, some of them are just focused.
Yes.
When they want to come, they get the feel of it. But if they're
When they
forced,
force the come, it's a mess.
that's what I learned there's three kinds of people. And I've learned this as a music instructor slash teacher for the past 20 years. Those are the people you have to watch out for. If they want to learn, if they're forced to learn, or they need to learn. And if you can identify that, you're smooth sailing. And you can able to handle it a little different, right?
Yeah.
So that there's a lot of factors in this. I could go deep, but that's how my journey of music started. And it elevated to a point where I can step back and say, this is why their success has exceeded. And this is why, even if I don't want to say they don't exceed, but they've made the effort to succeed and they haven't reached there yet. We still want to acknowledge them because that gives them the encouragement to continue and get better. Because we many times want, if they fail, they failed, we ain't coming back no more. But if we give them that encouragement, say, okay, you did your best, you completed, but you did your best. That gives them the encouragement to say, you know what? They need to come back and learn more. That's where things get better. Whew, I told you if I had to write a novel about this, I could. But that's
You know what
but I've been
else
doing.
would make it?
Go,
Ivan,
go
you know
ahead.
what else would make it would help with the process if
What's that?
parents would pay attention. Not that they're not paying attention, but sometimes if they really spend time with their children and listen to what their children are really saying, they'll know what direction to steer them in. You
I
know,
agree with you. Yes,
yeah,
I agree with
because
you
a
100%.
child, like you said, a child that needs to come, that's because they really enjoy. It's already in their mind
Hmm.
what they want to do,
Right.
and they already have a plan. I couldn't believe at 6, my son was like, he came home from school one day, asked me about drawing. I said I probably could. I just never sat down and put my
Mhm.
mind to it. Well, a month later, he came back to me with this picture of an alligator he drew, and I was like, who did this? He was like, I did. How did you learn to do this? He was like,
Mhm.
YouTube. And at that age, he said he was going to graduate from college with a degree in art. He got a degree in illustration. Um,
Wow.
yeah, he said he wanted to write graphic novels. He's, you know, uh, working on those novels and those pictures for the book and stuff at this point. He said all this stuff he wanted to do at that age, and I'm so glad that I encouraged him in that. And
Yeah.
this time I had a salon, and the customers, they would bring him drawing books, they would bring him pencils, coloring pencils. We were
Mhm.
getting the paint, and he pursued and still pursuing that.
Right. And that's the thing. That's
So
amazing.
yeah. But I also told him, I said, you do realize you have more than one gift. And he was like, oh, definitely. Because, because people have been conditioned to think they only have one gift. I'm like, oh, honey, there is no limit. You have the being that created everything
Hmm.
dwelling inside you. You can
Right.
live in everything pertaining to life. You can do more than just one thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, I agree with
Because
you.
I'm telling you, if someone, because I knew hair was my thing. I did hair for 28 years. It was, during that time, I thought that was all I could do.
Hmm.
It took for my feelings to get her poetry to come about, writing. But all this stuff that I'm doing now, like
Hmm.
the t-shirts and clothes, and um, I'm about to release something
Right.
else.
Right.
Uh, I didn't know I could do all these things, and oh my goodness, and not to mention public speaking.
That was another thing
Oh
too.
my goodness, I had not a clue. You know, eh, so I'm like, people, when you have those ideals flowing through you to do it, and everything spirit gives me to do, like I
Yeah.
said, it just manifesting it.
I agree
Like
with
I'm
that
not,
100%. Yeah. It's
yeah, definitely. So
powerful.
it's an excellent thing what you're doing
I
with
appreciate
the
that.
youth,
And
with
thank you.
people,
Thank you
especially when
for
we
the
get on
support.
a little, and teaching them about who they are and
Yeah.
what they
Learning your self
can do.
identity. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And that's the thing. Like I said before, the whole purpose of this is to really make people think of where they are and what they need to get there now. Because
mhm,
uh like I what I haven't mentioned yet, there's more I could talk about, and I don't want to take people's time, but I even had a buddy of mine worked who used to live at the community down here where I live at, down at Jane and Wilson there, or Jane and Falstaff. And he now is an owner of a barbershop. They just moved from Kensington Market all the way to Oslington downtown. Um, and he also won a basketball tournament. And this guy can do it all. And I've met this guy. He cut my hair, and he does an amazing job. I'm seeing him next week or
mhm,
so, and it's going to be. Uh, they just moved this month, so like there are a lot of people I've met that were just like a youth that had no direction, nowhere to go, and then for some reason they just found something they enjoy, and it created not only money, but it also give other people opportunity. Give
exactly.
And that's another thing. I think it's more we have to look at the bigger picture of things instead of just the main focus of it.
Mhm,
The main
mhm,
thing. There's bigger things than just that. So
mhm.
there's guests that I had that, oh my gosh, if I had time to tell you all, you wouldn't have time. But the condensed version is I guess from comedians, barber, businessmen, business ladies, I had people who worked with community centers and excelled in their own personal things, and it's just amazing to watch them just elevate themselves level by level. So um I'm so I even had this guy, Miller Kareem. my guy, this guy was on my live, on my show. So I had a little bit of everybody. So
What's up?
my guys. So yeah, it's even, ladies and gentlemen, I had this wonderful hostess here as a guest on our show. The rest is history. It's just the whole, like I said, the whole purpose is just to really self-identify who you are and what you need to do to get there now, what you want to do, and how to elevate yourself.
Now, so you know, with that, I'm gonna.
Here we go. Here we go. You can say it.
I'm gonna now. I want you to. Well, you don't have to do it, but when you start talking about self-identifying,
Mm-hmm.
encourage people of color to
Yeah.
be who they really are, and that's not to um, discount wherever you grew up at,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was in America or in wherever, whatever country you were born in. Learn who you truly are.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's something uh, that's important
Mm-hmm.
for goddesses and gods. You just have to decide what kind of goddess or god you're going to be.
Yes.
Because before on, I posted something that said, you have to decide. It's up to the person to decide what kind of leader
Yes.
they're going to be. At that time, I didn't think we're
Right.
we're bigger.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Your
more
true
than
essence.
just
Yes.
yes.
You said your
With
true essence. I like
knowing and
that.
understanding you're a god, a goddess, you can definitely change your world,
Mm-hmm.
and you you walking and being who you are will cause others to come up and be
Exactly.
you. And out
Definitely.
of all things you do everything in love. And
Amen to that. I
yeah,
agree.
if you don't know what real love is,
Mm-hmm.
ask the true creator to show you,
Yeah.
because true creator does love you. That's one thing I don't, I've heard people say the creator don't care about you or love
Mm-hmm.
you, whatever, but that I don't believe.
No, I
Especially
don't believe it.
in all religions
Mm-hmm.
or um all what theology and all thought, they're all talking about self-love. So if you
Right.
have self-love, or you're going to have, is there's got to be a love period,
Yes.
more powerful than
Mm-hmm.
things that are not, things that don't go in your way all the
Mm-hmm.
time, so to help you continue going forward,
Of course.
you know
100%.
and sometimes for some people, because of their experiences, that's easier said than done.
Right.
But pursue love is to pursue yourself. Always choose to love yourself more, people.
Your
And
main
please
priority.
definitely check out Ivan Robinson Jr. Please tell them where they can find you at.
Oh, for sure. You can check me out, and the name's gonna change either way.
Ivan.
Build your, build your future kiss, all one word. Um, you will see me for live video discussion. Uh, yeah, and if you want, you can check my other Instagram page. I also do a show called Let It Out. So it's B Blackberry _01.
Mhm.
So a great show. We have that platform where you can talk whatever on your mind and just express yourself. So you can check me out there, or you can check me on Build Your Future Kiss live. We're in season 14. We just did our season premiere about 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
So we're in season 14 right now. Yeah. Oh,
Well,
and on a
Ivan, thank you so
side note, sorry to interrupt. On a side note, um, I will be on location next month,
much. Mhm.
doing a for live video discussion. I'll be coming to y'all live in Ottawa. So stay tuned for that,
Okay, now when
and you'll see.
where where's that at?
Oh, it's in Ontario.
Okay.
It's like,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna be on vacation, but at the same time, I'll also be doing my platform there, also on Let It Out too. So it'll be the ending of the year trip. So you'll see me live on Let It Out and for live video discussions. So, and we'll also be having a guest next month. So you'll I'll give you all the further details, but be ready. It's going to be live.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank
I
you. It's
appreciate
a pleasure. I should be thanking you for having me on your show. You're doing an
it.
amazing job, and we should do it again for sure.
Yes, we will. We will.
Yeah, and thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. All your love.
Yes, yes. Now, Ivan, you can hit the button because I need to get some food in my
You got
system.
it. And I'm gonna get some food too. And thank you once again for
You're very welcome.
y'all coming on here. All right, stay strong.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I enjoyed having Ivan on the show today. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. If you didn't get to see it live, it will be posted live. So thank you very much. Continue to have a tasty Tuesday. Peace.